Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tartar Zone on this Wednesday evening. We're going to have a Macra Terror watch along. We've had a couple of interesting panels the last couple of days, so I just decided we do a little something light-hearted tonight. So we're going to do the Macra Terror watch along. So you have about 5 minutes. If you do happen to have the Macra Terror, please get your copy of the Macra Terror ready, and we will go in about 5-10 minutes time, and we will do a little watch along and have a discussion. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I hope you are all doing well. Can't wait now. See what happens. Yeah, it should be interesting. Interesting. Right, well, I've shared the link, but if you could do us a favor, if you guys could also, that are in the chat right now, if you could actually share the link for me as well, just let people know that I'm actually online. That's the trouble when you have a smaller channel, unfortunately. It's not like the big channel. As soon as I put a video up, I have people waiting. This one is a little bit slower, of course, because obviously it's a smaller channel. So if you could do us a favor and share the link, let everybody know we're going to do the Macra Terror watch along. So if you have that DVD, please get it ready, Blu-ray, whatever it is. Daniel, listen, keep your chin up. Don't stop doing Doctor Who, okay? Don't stop doing Big Finish. I had a bit of a wobble last night as well. I still haven't changed my opinion on Stephen Moffat. I have listened to a couple of other people's panels. I have to say, so far, you know, I still feel the same way. Again, I would quite, you know, again, I'll say it again, that this would have to be, as far as I'm concerned, would have to be green-lighted by Chris Chibnall, and I don't think Chris Chibnall would green-light like this if Moffat was actually taking the P. But again, I could be wrong. We'll just have to see weeks to come, see what happens. But yeah, right now I haven't changed my opinion. But don't stop doing your Big Finish. You know, I'm not going to stop doing these, as I said. I'm just done with Chris Chibnall's era. So, you know, there's plenty of other Doctor Who to do. That's why we're doing the Macra Terror watch along. So if you've got your Blu-ray or your DVD, I will let you know. We'll do a bit of a countdown when we're about to start anyway. You've got about 5 more minutes to get organised there, guys. And we'll see how it goes, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. They always seem to go well anyway. But yeah, so what we'll do is there's a couple of people in the chat now at the moment. So we'll just Daniel and John are in the chat right now at the moment. Seems to be a bit slow tonight. That's why we'll just give it a few more minutes. But I have shared the link in all the usual places. Again, if it's not the Tartar Zone channel, people think, you know, that the other channel that we're not doing the same stuff. We're going to be doing the same stuff until the ban is obviously up on the other channel. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel. As I said, 105 people have already subscribed, so thank you guys. I really do appreciate that. But we will get started on this watch along, and hopefully you know, we'll take a break in between parts just in case people need to catch up. And hopefully it'll be a fun one. So, yeah, we're nearly ready to go anyway. So, hold on now. Just want to write in. Right, we're nearly there. there's a lot of sirens going around. It's the first time I've actually heard a lot of sirens. It's actually pretty scary when you hear it, because you're obviously wondering what the hell's going on. Right, so we'll put that up there so everybody knows what we're doing. So there we go. So we've got 4 people. Charlotte has joined us as well. We've got 4 people watching. 4 people watching the stream now. 5 people now. Great. So we're watching the Macra Tower. So as I said, get your DVD or your Blu-ray ready. We're going to start in about 2 minutes time, and we will we'll have a little bit of a discussion. Hopefully, you will sync up at the same time as me. So when we're actually having the discussion, nobody is behind. Hold on, I might see if I can get. Let me see. Right, who we got? Yeah, okay. Just who else could I? If I could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, stressed out. Do 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 do. Actually, I know who I forgot to ask. Well, I'll give you a couple of minutes. Give you a couple of minutes to get ready. Anyway, everybody is, it's a good day here today. The weather is shining. People are out on their balconies, bit of music going. It's the only. I have to say, fair play to those people that are sticking to the guidelines. Right. Well, we got 5 people watching. Grand. We'll get going as soon now. Just wait. I've just sent out a couple of invites to see if. Let me entertain you. Boo, boo, boo. Let me. The hills are alive with the sound of music. Ha, 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 ha. Do, do, do. Midweek is always very, very hard to pin people down. Hello, John. Yeah, as I said, if you have your DVD or your Blu-ray, obviously, if you don't know, we'll be talking anyway. So I'll kind of let you, will people in the chat as well. Will let people know what's going on, as such. Um, nope. Do 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 do. I don't know why I came here tonight. Teddy, do 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 do. Right, we might as well start because uh, I don't think anybody's going to join me tonight. I don't want to bring people on that are going to be coming on Friday, because I like to mix it up a little bit. So I've tried to invite people on that haven't been on in a while, and so it must be because it's midweek, but it seems to be very hard to pin down a couple of people. Let me see. Who else could I ask? I don't know who else to ask. Well, if I can't ask anybody, I'll just go myself anyway. With you guys. Right, we might as well get going. I don't think I'm going to get any guests. Sure, I see that a lot of the regulars are actually missing tonight, so I don't know. There must be, people taking a break or something. So I'll just get set up now. Right. Where is the Macra Terror? Macra Terror, the Macra Terror. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Here we go. Right. I've got it ready to go. Ready to go. Right. Right, we got 7 people watching now, so that's good. Wow, still no Tarda Zone. Tarda Zone won't be back till next week. It'll probably be Monday before I get the stream on it. As I said, I got a copyright strike, so I'm in jail. So, I basically have to wait. Yeah, you can hear the birds in the background. It's actually quite nice. It is, But yeah, what you call it? Yeah, I'm in jail for a week, as I said. So, That's why we're using this channel. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do, because even after the ban is up, I'm going to be doing a lot more of the movie watch-alongs on this channel and other stuff on this channel. So the two channels are going to be active now. So I'm getting part 1 ready now, guys. I will let you know when to press play. But I'm getting the first part ready. And remember, it starts straight away. So if you just want to get it to the point where it starts straight away, let me know. Oh, jeez, what's wrong with me? I'm watching this on my phone so we don't get any sound. So it's better that way. Watch along Sunday the 11th. I'm not doing any watch alongs on Twitter. I've already made my position clear on that after Moffat came out and wrote a short story for Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. So I won't be doing any related to the BBC. I'm doing my own here. So I hope you can all join me. Right, we're about to start. 1 minute warning. 1 minute warning. Get your DVD, Blu-ray ready to the point where the episode is about to start, the very first episode. We will then take a 2-minute break or 5-minute break between episodes. Just in case we get more people watching and want to know where we are. What we'll do is then we will go take a 5-minute break, put on the second part, get everybody to put on the second part, and then we will obviously continue on from there. Right, hold on now. Just want to make sure I get no messages because I'm watching on my phone now. So this is the last chance. If anybody wants to join me for this that's not on the panel on Friday, let me know now and I'll put the StreamYard link in the chat. If you want to join me, put the Macra Tower on and you can discuss it with me while we're watching it, so everybody can hear our opinions on it. Then you're more than welcome. Let me know now if you want to come on. Right, I'll take that nobody wants to come on. Right then, right, we're going to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and press play. Nice little shot of the TARDIS now there in space. I have to say the animation here looks okay. I actually only watched this story a few days back, but decided that I'd do it again because I don't think this would have worked other than an animation, to be honest. He's having a look at the time scanner. Hello, Jamie. So let me know in the chat who's actually watching with me. So there, he's seeing a future image of the Macra. And then the music comes in. Oh, I love the music, man. The best logo, actually, I think. Well, one of the best. So who in the chat is actually watching along with me? The soundtrack in this is actually quite good. I didn't like the soundtrack, obviously, in Power of the Daleks, but I actually like the soundtrack in the Macra. In fairness, now I said if this hadn't been a missing episode, I don't think it would have been as popular. I think it works quite well as an animation. I don't know how you guys feel, but I actually think this actually is better animated than it would have been if I had actually seen it live. So come on, guys, who's watching with me? Because this only works if you are actually discussing it with me. I'm obviously on my own, so it's going to be very hard to keep talking because I'm obviously going to be glued. The start of this is quite intense, actually. Yeah, the music. It's real, like do 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 do. Daniel, you don't have to mod the chat with the people that are in here. They're actually okay. Here, if you want to join me, if you're watching it, if you're watching, let me know and I'll let you join me. So there's a bit of all, like supermarket style music going on, and the people are there. So me, Doc, is just after having a bit of a, a breakdown. As I said, if there's someone in the chat that would like to join me on the panel, I will put the link into the chat. So whoever wants to join me, let me know. I'm not going to put the link in until I know someone wants to actually join, and that's watching it live with me. So what's a Medoc or Madoc or whatever his name is, he's gone running through the desert now. And of course, there's the guards are going looking for him now. I'm watching the animation, obviously in black and white. When I get them sent to me, they get sent to me in the black and white version, which I quite like personally myself. There's the TARDIS. It's just appeared on the planet now, and he has spotted it, and he's amazed because it just came out of nowhere. Remember a time when people used to be amazed to see the TARDIS? And now they just don't give a crap. It's like as if, it's just a police box bigger on the inside. Who cares? It is a freaky episode, yeah. I actually, as I said, when I watched it, I said it to people on the panel, it works. It works better as an animation. In fairness, it actually sounds up. It sounds like they're in a not on a planet, but they're actually in a hallway. It's very echoey. So this character basically Maddox, or whatever his name is, saw something and he's freaked out. obviously later on. No problem. Uh, I'll put the link in, John, and then I'll tell you where I am in the episode. Then so. I'm obviously not doing it right, so it's C.
Control V.
What's that?
Control V. Control C, then Control V.
Oh, that's what I'm doing.
You have to make sure it's highlighted.
Control C,
Is
then
that highlighted?
Control. Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. Oh, there I got it now. Yeah. There we go, John.
Apparently I can't leave because you could walk.
What, babe?
So apparently I can't leave because you can't figure out how to copy and paste without me.
Oh. So there's a bit of music going on now, right? There's a cheerful, I think he's called the pilot. He's the head of the colony, and basically like the doctor and the rest of the crew, Jamie and Polly and Ben, have been captured. And Jamie's suspicious already. Typical. Oh, this again. Oh yeah, forgot about this fella. Yeah, so they have this controller that they never see. And it becomes apparent why later on in the episode. Well, I'm 9 minutes and I'm nearly 10 minutes in. So if anybody wants to join, obviously once you are watching the episodes, no point you coming on if you hadn't watching along with me, because the whole point is so we can discuss it and let people know what's going on and give them their opinions. So basically, they're offering them all a range of steam baths and beauty treatments and stuff. Like they're treating them well so far. And of course, the doctor is moaning. The animation's not bad in this one. I remember it being a lot worse than I thought it was. It doesn't matter if you have the color version. Once you're in sync with me, it's fine. So Ola is the security personnel, and your man has gone crazy. Medoc is his name, sorry. So he's trying to warn them that there's something, that he found something, but nobody will believe him. They think he's crazy. It's pretty intense, I have to say. Yeah, this first episode. I mean, this is only animation. I could imagine when it was seen live, these actors were given Their performances were actually decent. I just think it works better as an animation. I haven't ever seen it live because I wasn't born. If anybody actually did, let me know. Yeah, you'll have to if you're watching it, Daniel. You'll have to put earphones in. Oh, you've changed your name now. Oh, right. Let's see. So Daniel's changed his name to Scottish. What is it? Scottish Dave.
Uh, Avro.
Oh, Scottish Davros. Right, right. Welcome anyway, Daniel. So we're 12 minutes and 38 seconds in. Do you want me to pause it for a second so you're sync up with me?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Wait until we get to.
Because for somebody using the classic Doctor Who archive sites, it can add break for some unknown reason.
Right, I have it on 12 minutes and 49 seconds. So if you could sync up to 12 minutes and 49 seconds, then we're in sync and we can continue.
Hold on.
No, it's grand. Take your time.
Oh, go away, just stupid ad. Oh, Jesus, that's another ad.
It's all right. You just take your time there. We've got a couple of people in the chat anyway, so I'll just give them a bit of a shout out while we're waiting on you. So it's 12 minutes and 49 seconds, yeah? So we've got Lee Anthony Davis in the chat. We've got Shane Steed in the chat. Welcome. We've got Taylor Ravenscroft. Welcome. I like that name. We've got Ted having a little whinge. Welcome, Ted. We've got Garbage. Welcome, Garbage. Nice to have you here. And of course, we had John Steed. We've also got Daniel and everybody that is here. Okay, Daniel, how are we getting on there?
It's still on that. Taking forever.
No problem. What are you watching it on?
On the classic on the classic archive thing.
And we've got our last and final guest joining us soon. Oh, and Shane Steed is obviously John Steed's son, I think, because he said my dad is on here soon. So I'd like to welcome John.
Hello, how are you?
Nice to have you back, pal. So
Yes, quite all right.
Are you sorted now, Daniel?
Hold on. Oh Jesus, this is turning into a nightmare.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Steed family. I hope you are all keeping safe there. They're all in to support you, John.
Yes, yeah.
No,
I've got quite a tribe as well. So.
Well, welcome to you all. It's nice to see you all here. We'll get started shortly. We're just waiting on Daniel's little ad break or whatever he's watching it on to. It must be the longest ad in history, though, I have to say, Daniel.
Yeah, I'm on. So it's 12 minutes.
12 minutes and 49 seconds.
Okay, so 12 minutes.
Would it be better if we waited until the second part came on, and then you can set up the second part, and me and John will just because there's what 12. There's only 12 more minutes to go. So why don't you just get the second part set up? Me and John will talk during the first part, and then we'll give you a chance to get set up. How about that?
Okay.
No problem. You know, you can stay there, right? You don't have to move or anything. We'll just continue on, right? So everybody, if everybody's paused, get ready to unpause. As I said, it's 12 minutes. Oh, it's 47 seconds, I should say. I keep saying 49. So 12 minutes and 47 seconds in. I'm about to press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play.
Right.
Now. So now the doctor is talking to your man and asking him what he has seen. Oh, doctor just got pushed over.
Yeah.
I have to say, Pat Troughton's doctor is just he's funny. So the
Annika
point.
Wills.
Say that again. Sorry, John.
Sorry, Annika Wills. She wore a short wig in this, I think, for the majority of the serial.
Oh, did
she
she?
receives a makeover, yeah, in the Connolly.
Oh, I actually didn't notice that, to be honest with you. Interesting. They're basically like it's the kind of give you a gist of what the episode is kind of like. It's kind of like these people are slaves, but they don't know that they've been enslaved, basically.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And the controller is just a face on a screen, and he's the one that gives all the.
I think it's a lot of hypnotic stuff in the background, and they feel like everything's okay.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad story.
No, I thought it was a pretty good story, and I think there's quite a few colourful characters in this one.
Oh yeah, there's that music going through it, so they're all very cheery and stuff. Just think of Wizard of Oz on crack.
Yeah, definitely.
It's funny, man.
How you're actually describing it is a bit like the Happiness Patrol to me a wee bit.
Yeah, but this is way better though.
Yeah.
This is way better. This I actually think this episode's a little bit ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say more like a John Pertwee story, or even a Tom Baker one.
Exactly.
Because it seemed very modern.
And then we have episodes. I've got the second episode up, so we shouldn't have any problem. I'm sorry.
Lovely. Grand. Sure, this episode's nearly over now. I have to say, I love the doctor. I love the doctor in this. He's gone. This fella is like the crazy fella. He's running around all over the shop, and the doctor just keeps bumping into him and saying, "Listen, I'll help you. Come on, tell me what's going on." It's like,
I think he definitely found his feet in this episode.
yeah,
In this story. Yeah, definitely.
I actually do. Look, when I originally saw this, I wasn't a fan, right? And then it got sent to me, obviously, and I've watched it a few times now. And I have to say, not only has it grown on me, but it's made me appreciate Pat Troughton's Doctor a lot more. He is just on. You're right. This episode, he's on top of his game. It's just so
Yeah.
sad we don't actually have footage.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the trouble.
Yeah. I mean, see, to be honest with you, but that's kind of the only drawback to his era is that we don't have the proper footage to go along with it, because he would actually be quite a good actor, but the problem is we don't have the existing footage.
I was actually
That's
going to
it.
say, the way they do have some of these surviving episodes and
Yeah.
they're out there, stories, I should say. I mean, they've nearly animated the rest of them now, so he's going to have a box set available. So I was just thinking, though, I mean, would people really buy a box set that's a mix of, original stuff and animation, or would they rather the whole thing to be animated, his whole era to be animated? Would it be
To be honest,
practical?
I wouldn't be that bothered to just so long as I had the episodes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You could see them all on your shelf, then you know you've got
Yeah.
them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say the people in this though are very, as John has said, they don't realise that they're actually. I don't think they do realise some of them. Is there one or two I think
No.
have suspicions, but overall they don't realise that they're actually being put under hypnosis, because even when they start to think that there's something going on, they're brought in for something like it's like conditioning, isn't it, John?
That's right. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a conditioning. And I think sometimes in this story coming up in a couple of episodes that they realise slightly that things aren't quite right. And then whoever's behind it, as we know who it is in the end, they seem to counteract it and put them back into this like hypnotic state that everything's fine. As soon as anybody questions anything.
That's it. And the music, I think, is the catalyst, isn't it?
Yeah, I love the music. It's a strange eerie sort of music.
Yeah. It's like a fairground attraction music, but
Yeah.
But see, to be honest with a lot of the 60s who actually has that sort of soundtrack you're referring to running through it.
Now, see this scene here with the security fella and the music, the soundtrack in the background. It has a kind of an alien feel, Alien 1. Listen to the music. Doesn't it? It's like...
Yeah.
I absolutely adore the soundtrack in this. I have to say, love the music.
It's a shame there's not even one episode though. What's
I know
around?
To see what it was like.
Yeah,
what was actually acted like, because that's the thing. I think with the voice performances, right? I was kind of thinking to myself, when you hear how intense they are, I'm not quite sure what they would have looked like on screen if they were that intense, and if they were, it would have been probably one of the best acted episodes. But I don't know. Maybe it's a saving grace that it's actually an animation.
You see, I can't really remember any Patrick Troughton ones because I was only really small when he was a Doctor. Yeah. I remember all the John Pertwee ones because, like I say, he's my favourite, and then everyone onwards. But it wouldn't matter so much anyway what time you got into Doctor Who, because you always had those episodes complete all the way up from John Pertwee to now. But William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton, you know, people who weren't around in that time, they can't even flick back to say, oh yeah, I can see why they're saying William Hartnell was so good, or Patrick Troughton. You know, you've only got a majority of their episodes, so I suppose it's harder to become one of their fans if you're younger in a way, because you've got less to go on.
And then right at the end of episode 1, the mad fella comes across a Macra, and it ends there. So that's the end of episode 1. So everybody get their episode 2 ready. We know Daniel has his ready, and we'll get going as soon as because you know we 4 episodes, so we'll get them done. We'll get them done. I'm getting the second one set up now. There you go. So I'm ready to go. So we'll do the countdown again when everybody's ready. We know Daniel's ready.
Yeah.
So do us a favor, guys. Before we start the second part, don't forget to give the stream a like, and obviously, if you can, share it as well. Especially the Steed family, now that she's here, which is our dad, supporting them. If you could share the stream, we try to get as many people to watch as possible. Yeah, it's so far it's actually fun. I have to say I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Right, is everybody ready? Daniel, you're ready to go, yeah?
Yep.
John, you're ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
And I'm ready. Is everybody, well, I'll just assume that everybody's ready in the chat. So we'll just do a 5-second countdown this time. I'm not doing 10 again. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play.
All right.
There we go. Title sequence again. I have to say, I do look. This Doctor Who, I like the title sequence. I love when the Doctor Who name comes up. The
that's cool.
It's just absolutely fantastic. Look at that.
Oh, that one. Looks absolutely.
Isn't it? It's absolutely brilliant, isn't it, Daniel? That's
absolutely fantastic.
So here we go now. So obviously, like classic Who, we get a little bit of a recap at the start of the episode. And there it is. There's the Macra.
Yeah.
All written by Ian Stewart Black for anybody that's interested.
I've not actually heard of him before. No.
And episode 2, yeah, I don't know how many episodes he actually, or how many Doctor Who stories he was actually involved in, but. Medoc, that's his name. I keep saying Maddock, it's Medoc.
Oh, I thought it mattered, actually.
So Medoc and the Doctor found the Macra, and now he's trying to convince the security fella that there's Macra there, but obviously they won't listen. Oh, here we go again. Yeah, they always keep bringing him back to the pilot's headquarters, and he always seems to get away.
Why?
The pilot seems to be like the jolly fellow that's like, you know, he's oblivious to everything that's happening around him. He's just like so happy and so, you know, he doesn't even realize. It's funny.
They're oblivious to everything what's going on, really, aren't they, basically?
Yeah. And he keeps trying to defend the doctor, though. This is the thing. Yeah, well, why are you doing it? Like, it just explained to us, doctor. And then the doctor just proceeds to go over after being brought to the office, goes over to the secretary's desk and starts fiddling with buttons. Like,
As you do.
he's just so blasé about the whole thing. Like, he's being arrested, like.
Yeah.
There, he even says it to him. You don't even realise how serious it is, like, because he doesn't. He's like, he's
They
oblivious.
don't give a damn.
Of course, as the doctor goes to try and explain, something happens. Oh, Doc now's changed his statement, guys.
I think there's some sort of brainwashing going to be happening in this with the sound of it.
Yeah.
Apparently, I was checking into something on Facebook, because they see other channels doing watch-alongs and they do show movies and all, and I was wondering how they actually do it. Apparently, you can rent Doctor Who episodes on Facebook, and then you're obviously, because you've paid for it, you can actually do your watch-alongs. So I might look into that and see how you go about it. If it's PayPal or something like that, then that's okay. And I might do a few watch-alongs on the classic channel, because there's over 1,000 people now subscribe to that channel, so it'll be good.
Yeah, I suppose if it's an older film, I suppose it will be expensive.
Yeah, well, right now this stream is actually up on the classic channel on Facebook. So if anybody is watching in, hello.
I was actually going to ask you, how do you actually stream simultaneously?
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Well, what you do is you go into your StreamYard and you add a destination, and then you can add Facebook, and then if you're a moderator in a group, you have to be kind of moderator in a group, and whatever group you're moderator in, then if it's a Doctor Who group, you can add that group.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So that's what I do. So we're on YouTube right now, and we're obviously on Facebook. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So now the secretary is looking at the pilot. Oh, here he is. Here he is. This is the controller. So the colony are doing this work, and it'll come apparent what work they're doing, but they need to keep this work now. And now they're about to get the Doctor, Jamie, and all of those that are causing a bit of trouble now, and get them to go for a bit of deep sleep.
Hypnosis?
Yeah, and the Macra don't exist. So they're all asleep now.
I think this must be where they inject a gas or something, yeah.
So now they're being told in their sleep, there's a voice telling them that everything is well in the colony,
so they're being
everything that they believe, or they're starting to be suspicious of is not true. Everything is fine. But if I'm correct in saying, I think Jamie wakes up mid process, And then
Yeah.
he kind of figures out that there's something not quite right because he hears the voice.
It kind of reminds me of the first episode of Bill H7 in a way.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going into this. I'm not saying much. I was just watching it.
So there he is. Jamie's awake now. His facial expression is.
There's quite a strong performing guest in this, isn't there? Really,
Yeah.
guest artist.
But for me, Fraser Hines' performance is the standout so far.
Yeah,
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I quite like the target book of this actually.
Yeah.
Macra Terror. That's quite a good picture on it.
Can you still get that? Is that still available? Because I might look into it.
I think so. See, I can remember watching quite a few on Lost in Time DVD set, and I think that got me back into Patrick Troughton a bit more.
Breathe deeply. And Jamie's face, he knows. Look at him. He's like, what the hell's going on here?
And like I say, the Macra Terror, they're back in Gridlock, weren't they? The Doctor's episode, Gridlock.
Yeah, they were underneath on the motorway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get to see them though as much in that episode. Like we got to see them, but we didn't, if you know what I mean. So, but it was a nice little throwback.
Yeah, nice little mention, wasn't it? That.
No. Stop.
So the doctor is explaining the Polly, basically you got a set of instructions while you were asleep, and I just basically need you to ignore them.
No.
Oh, it's Faceless One's what's just come out follows this one, I think. Yeah,
that one. Yeah. I couldn't get past the scene where I seen Sasha's doctor.
How many of the animations have actually came out for children's era? Because obviously I've not got any yet.
Well, the Faceless ones you've got the 10th Planet, I think. That was Strada. Obviously the Macra Terror Power of the Daleks. What else is there?
Invasion had a couple of stories, a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
Animation.
There's a good few now, Daniel, actually. But see, Ben's attitude here now has completely changed now. So Ben now has he's brainwashed. Well, Ben's done a runner now.
Yeah, he's under the influence now.
He's brainwashed. Oh, too late.
I don't think the animation's too bad in this, really, is it?
No, I think I was being a bit too harsh on it when I first ever seen it, but yeah, it actually isn't bad.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think it's worse in Power the Daleks, to be honest.
yeah, I mean, I prefer the animation to the two. I prefer the animation to the two David Tennant cartoons because the David Tennant animations are like horrible.
Yeah, I'm not keen on David Tennant's cartoons, actually.
Yeah, they're horrible.
I have got them somewhere, but I think I've watched them the once, and that is it. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. With Martha was in one, wasn't she, as well? I think.
Yeah, but horrible animation. So
Yeah, well, I wasn't keen on that. No.
Yep, Ben has really changed. Polly, where are you?
Even his voice. Yes.
So, guys, in the chat, what would you give this story? What would you rate this story out of 10? And what would you rate Patrick Troughton's performance? Obviously, it's animation, but if we can, I mean, some people would have seen his performance live. If there's anybody in the chat that has, let us know. But what would you rate this episode out of 10? Or story, I should say. Sorry, story.
Story-wise, I thought it was quite good. I'd say a strong 6, maybe a 7.
I might probably say would rank about a set. I would rank about a 7, I'd say so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a solid one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
a 6 or a 7 is actually a good rating.
Do you know where Peter Jeffries, who plays a pilot in this, he was in he was in another story, wasn't he? Tom Baker one, I think. I'm trying to think which one it was. Was it?
Is it not a job?
That's it, Count Grendel. Androids of Tara. Yeah, he was in Androids of Tara. If you recognise his voice in it.
Oh, here we go.
I'm impressed with the animation and the Macra in this as well. It's quite a good animation.
It's got Polly. It's got Polly. No, it's Striker. Ah, she's screaming. But in fairness, at least she's screaming for a reason.
Yeah.
Let her down. Let her down. Go, run. Oh, they're just standing there like a bunch of idiots. Run. So the old crab is moving back.
Cornering him.
Oh. Oh, it's back again. Oh, they're trapped.
Surrounded.
How are they getting out of this pickle? Find out next week.
I think Ian Stewart Black, who wrote this, I'm sure he wrote, War Machines. I think he did the War Machines.
See, the pilot, you know what I mean? He's not the breaking equipment. He's in his office. He has a screwdriver in his hand and he's breaking more equipment. Wow. So they're questioning now Control. They want to know who Control is.
Ted. Balls under you.
Right. So they've got some old man in front of the screen, but you can clearly see he's not in charge.
Yeah.
And he's surrounded by Macra.
Everywhere.
Ted.
Oh. And there we go.
That's it.
Right, we'll give Daniel a chance to get part 3 set up and we'll get straight into it. But yeah, so far highly enjoyable. We're building up now to where the next 2 episodes now really does kick on. Obviously, the shit hits the fan. So it'll be interesting. Ted is crying again, which means the ball must be somewhere where I can get my hands on it.
Right, it's up on my screen So I'm ready to go. Give me a shout for the countdown now.
No problem. I'm just setting up myself and I'm ready. Right, is everybody ready again? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready. I've got it paused on the title sequence.
Right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play.
Oh, what? I don't know.
I just love this title sequence. It's just.
It was under you.
Thank you to everybody that has actually stuck with us. We really appreciate it. So the old man that they were pretending was the controller, or the Macra were getting to pretend the controller, just got dragged away by a Macra. Oh, here's the music again. We are all happy to work.
That is so creepy, that
It
music.
was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I have the 10th planet, Lee Anthony Davis, so maybe we'll do the 10th planet one, the next one that we do.
I've never actually seen the 10th one, actually, so that'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, I like that one.
Teddy. I don't know where it is. Ted, you haven't given a kick in it. Ted is growling at me because he wants his ball, but he puts it in the most awkward spot where I can't get at it, and then he growls at me because I won't get it for him. Ah, there he is again. He's back. Medoc. Medoc is back, guys.
He's actually quite an interesting character.
Yeah, that's interesting, definitely.
He actually is, Daniel. I agree. He's one of the more interesting characters in this. It's like, I'm taking the doctor. So they're down in the pits where their chances of survival apparently are not very high, guys.
As usual, typical to do it.
Ben is always, Ben is acting. The voices tell him what to do.
made Ben quite a psychotic in this.
Yeah.
So the doctor is now trying to convince Ben. And he's warning him about Jamie now. If Jamie finds out you're spying on him, Jamie will basically kick your ass. Sorry, Daniel, I can't do a Scottish accent, so I won't even try, my friend.
I know that. I know that was shameful, embarrassing.
Out in the boot, out in the boot. That was out in the boot. Oh, well, I'm not good with these Scottish accents, I have to say.
That sounds like you're trying to be Canadian, don't
I was actually going to start off the stream like this. I was actually going to go, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Third Zone. I hope you're enjoying yourself now this evening. How are you? We're going to do a bit of the Macra terror there now tonight, lads. You know what I mean?
Oh, Jesus.
So right now, me doc there now is doing something with Jamie. A lot of alarms are going off. Top of the morning.
That's a hybrid between two accents.
So there's all this gas, right? So it's like if anybody is being gridlocked, you will know in gridlock that these Macras survived on, fumes and exhaust.
Yeah.
So basically, these people are creating gas for these Macra,
For
but
these to live.
They've been hypnotized for dead. Actually, it's never really explained how it came out, though. But I don't really mind that because it's still a very good story.
I mean,
I think the Macra.
I can remember, like they survive off it, don't they? They breathe through the gas.
Yeah, I think it's the gas what rejuvenates them.
Yeah, the gas keeps them alive. It's like their oxygen.
Yeah.
I think they were sleeping before they got the gas, and the more gas they get, the more deadly they become. I think if I remember, I think the more the oxygen, the weaker they get.
Yeah, that's right. Because there's a scene in it coming up shortly, where the doctor has to redirect the gas. Do you remember?
Yeah.
That would actually make sense. In that episode is actually probably clever.
So the pilot is just at basically catching the doctor putting this formula up on a board, and he's like, "Well, it took us centuries basically.
It took us centuries to do it.
It's like it's taking you 5 minutes. What's the story there? You mean to tell me that you were spying on us or something?" So now, because your man has said that it was the proper formula, he knows really. So the doctor changes it. Oh, funny.
That's quite good.
Patrick Troughton is a good doctor, I have to say.
He is, yeah, definitely. I don't think Doctor Who would have carried on without him.
No.
They picked a very good doctor.
And if you kind of look through some of the reviews and he first took over, the reviews were mostly on negative, because I seem to remember you putting up a deal on the early days of your channel, when I seem to and I seem to remember it was a slideshow video at all the negative reviews against Patrick Troughton.
Well, they just don't have taste.
Yeah.
So they found this door at the end of one of the tunnels. Oh, there's the gas.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
actually, if I'm right in saying they're actually all right if they don't die, don't they not?
No, I think it's only if you're subjected to it for a long time.
They got the key. Jamie got the keys, of course. I don't know. Let's try that wee door there now. Come on.
Well, Fraser Hines
put the key in the door.
Fraser Hines does quite a good Scottish accent.
Yeah, I have that.
Well,
open the wee door. So Jamie's there, like trying to get this key in this bloody door here for about 5 minutes.
Still not.
Oh, there he got in. He got in. So Jamie has to be nosy, of course, because you're not a doctor's companion unless you're nosy.
He's headstrong.
Yeah, he's actually very good, man. Me, Doc, is like, I'm out of here. I'm leaving you here, Polly. I don't care.
Mind you, all three of the companions are quite headstrong, aren't they, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
usually have a mix, but no, they all quite, I'll do it.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, though, even in Classic 2, when they did have companions like that, 3 companions like that, they managed to get the balance with the screen time, and it was actually, they actually had things to do. They weren't just there to be in the same.
They all had their own, I'd say gifts in a way, but attributes.
And then they all had their own personalities as well.
Yeah. Definitely got all personalities, not like nowadays.
Not like a certain era that we won't mention.
I know what you mean. Daniel, what's your favourite Patrick Troughton story?
Probably the war games.
I like The Invasion. That's one of my favourites. And
his
last one, The War Games.
The war games is my favourite.
Yeah.
Although it is a wee bit too long though as well.
Oh yeah, it's long, definitely. But that's when you start to find out more about the Doctor and the Time Lords and and regeneration and.
So
What's
Ben
yours,
now,
Noel?
all of this whole thing, Ben is starting to be conflicted now. Yeah, it's very clever the way they did it. You know, you see Ben at the very start, he's very confrontational, he's very suspicious. Then he goes under this thing, and then he's compliant. And then you can see then the resolution. He's kind of battling with himself through this episode. He doesn't know what to believe.
No, he's having doubts now. It's like he's getting loose of it, of the grip on his mind.
But again, you have to remember this was the early days of bloody Doctor Who. This is how good. Now Jamie's just at the Tron glasses and a bloody Macra. Brilliant. I actually thought he was going to be a goner here. You know, when obviously I knew he wasn't because he was obviously in more stories. But when I first seen this, I thought, oh, Jace, how did he get out of this one? And I'm still confused about actually how he got out a little bit. So I'm going to watch it again to see, did he crawl under or something? Because I don't know how he managed to break free.
And to be honest with you, know, like in a way, the stories had to be written at that sort of certain level because they didn't have the budget back then or whatever, so they had to write it in television.
So the Doctor's trying to figure out what the gas is, which is brilliant. And Ben now is, as I said, he's starting to question himself now. It looks like he's getting a headache or something.
I quite like Ben.
Yeah.
He seems kind of a bit he seems kind of a bit shifty to me, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he was like, I don't know, a bit of a Maltegan. He wouldn't want to do what everybody else was doing, sort of thing.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
But he was strong-minded, and he'd question a lot what was going on, I think, in a way.
I like a companion like that, though.
Yeah, makes it more interesting saying yes, Doctor, all the time.
Exactly, because we'd question the Doctor, so the companion is kind of we're looking at her through the companion's eyes as well. So it's always when you can relate to a companion.
Because more so then, the companion was there to explain to the audience what was going on.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, I think they got the companion to ask the questions what we would sitting at home watching it.
Yeah.
So Ben is at the ratting now on Jamie. We will obey. This was way ahead of its time.
Yeah, definitely.
This story would work now today.
Yeah, probably would, yeah.
Yeah, but see, the problem is the audience is still actually engaging with the show too stupid.
Yeah, the audio is on time, which kind of does make it difficult. I agree. It's because you notice in some scenes where they're clearly the animation shows they're out on a planet, but it clearly sounds like they're in an echo chamber because you can hear some of it. It's echoey.
Yeah.
Ooh. And Jamie is still doing his investigation. Oh, there's a Macra. He dropped the key. He dropped the key,
Yeah.
and he's gone booting down. He's running. That's it. Typical Scotsman. Gone running. Typical everyman. We'd be all gone.
The giant crab chasing, yeah, definitely.
Oh, here's the song again. John's favourite song. It's up to you to obey.
Reminds me of a bad holiday camp.
Yeah.
Music, what you have on the tannoy. Butlin.
This is it now. This was one of the best scenes. I have to say though, I would have loved to see the footage of the actual footage of this scene coming up now, where they're actually putting the smoke in the tunnels where Jamie is, and then the doctor then obviously does something to help him get out. I would have loved to see that scene actually play out in the real footage because you see it in animation and it looks pretty good.
Yeah. It's just a shame, you know. We can't find any more episodes lying about anyway, you know. I'm not sure if there will be any. We can always hold out.
There's the poor Jamie. Oh, there they are. Here's the Macra. Woo! I tell you, Jamie seems to be doing very well in that smoke, I have to tell you.
He's not succumbed to it yet.
Considering your man got a spray in it and he was incapacitated.
Yeah.
I have to say, the Macra in this is actually very good. Could you imagine what I'm actually raging? I actually don't know what they like. They're like with the footage. It would have been nice, but that's the end of part 3. So
it's quite pretty quick.
It is. See, when it's a good story like that, though, which it is, it's a good old story. It goes along pretty fast. What do we do with the screen there? That looks weird.
Episode 4 now, yeah. So
Right, it sounded like someone farted there. They dumbed down the Macra and gridlock, though, literally. I know they did, but it was a nice little throwback.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you. But this story, I have to say, if you haven't went out and bought the Macra, look, it's not the most sensational story out there, but it certainly keeps you engaged. And it's just a pity that the original footage is not available, because I would have loved to see the actual proper version of this. But the animation is actually a lot better than I remember when this first came out, and I was highly critical of it. So I actually think it's very good. But the episode itself, yeah, it's a solid 6 or 7.
Yeah, I'd say always.
Patrick Troughton gets a 10 in this episode for me, because again, like John, I think this is the episode where he kind of finds his feet and he starts. This is where he becomes the Doctor, in my opinion. And it can happen. Some doctors hit the ground running. I mean, you're following the great William Hartnell. It's going to be very hard to kind of win those fans over. But he did in time. And, you know, he was highly criticised at the time. As John said, the show was nearly cancelled at one stage. So a lot depended on Pat Troughton. And you know what? He delivered. And if Pat Troughton hadn't delivered, just like Bill Hartnell did those years previous, we wouldn't be watching Doctor Who today. So, yeah. We owe this man a lot, so that's why I wanted to do an animation of his, and I have a few more, so we'll do a few more of them as well. So right, I'm getting part 4 ready. So if you just want to join for the last part, we'll give me a minute there to get you our copy ready. Hold on, why is mine just playing without? Hold on, no, don't be playing. What are you playing for?
Just give me a moment.
No problem, John. Go ahead.
Get that up.
Right, so we'll just there's a few more people in the chat before we start, so I'll just give you a bit of a shout out there. So we have Lee Anthony Davis that joined. Who else? We've got Bobby Ravenscroft here as well. Welcome. And we've got Grumpy Old Bob 56. So if you have part 4 of the Macra Terror, please get it ready. When John comes back, then we'll get started. Daniel, you're okay to start and all. You have part 4 loaded up and all, yeah?
Yeah, it's up. It's just the title sequence.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, don't start the extra. We'll just let the title sequence go in anyway. So, John, are you ready to go, pal? Yeah.
Yes, just plugged it in, so it's all charged. Okay. Yeah, ready when you are.
Right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play, guys. I nearly messed that up because I got a message at the same time and I nearly pressed into the message. Well done, Cheryl. Cheryl's tried to sabotage my stream. No problem. I'll have a look at it after this. Thanks. Well, you sent love hearts, so it must be something bad. Oh, okay. I do love this title sequence.
It's
really good.
actually gorgeous.
The animation one is brilliant. It is. I think it is the animation one, isn't it? That's not the original one. That's the animation version of the title. Yeah. Where did he put this ball in an impossible spot that I can't find? I bet you. Or he has it and he's taking the crap out of me. He is. Where is it, Ted? Do us a favour, guys, and like the stream. I hope you are actually enjoying it. And I want to thank me 2 guests for tonight, Daniel and John, or Scottish Davros. Sorry, Scottish Davros. Right, we don't want to upset Scottish Davros now. Right, and John. So thank you for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it, guys.
It's all right, thank you.
Now, Polly kind of gets very upset in this episode, and there's a scene in this episode that defines the Doctor, in my opinion, with all the talk of the way a certain Doctor recently in a scene with a companion concerned about their cancer returning, and we were told it was down to social awkwardness. Now, even as far back as this episode and this era, there's a scene in this episode, it's actually in this last episode, where Polly is kind of losing it a little bit. And, you know, the Doctor kind of, you know, get it together. And then he holds her hand and he comforts her.
Yeah.
How Christian.
That was in 1967.
I don't know how he can live with himself, to be honest with you. Seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
The Doctor could do that in 1967. We can't do it in 2020.
I know. Because, you know what? Without getting it, I don't want to actually talk about her, but just getting into it. The reason why is because it was a middle-aged white man. That's why. That's why they did it, you know. But let's look.
Let's
Listen.
say with the scene with Graham and Yaz.
Oh, here's the doctor now. So the doctor's just blundered back in where they control the gas, and your man is there, and he's basically gone in and he's pushing dials. Confusion is best left to the expert. What a line. Oh,
I'm loving this.
Seriously, if Arton, this episode is worth buying for Patrick Troughton's performance. Seriously.
He definitely found his mojo in this.
Of course, Jamie is fighting a Macra with a fucking stick, might I add.
I've noticed he's got. It takes a stick everywhere apparently from now on.
But that's the funny thing, with a bloody stick, man.
Come on, I'll get you 20-foot crab and a stick.
Do you remember the good old days if you had an argument with someone, it was just 50 cuffs. Now you have an argument,
and you'll be friends the next day.
It's like
it's crazy.
Good old days when you sorted out your differences by good old fashioned
fisticuffs.
Punch up. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And you didn't go too far. If your man had enough, you stopped. That was it. He had enough. You didn't do it. You didn't beat them down until they were
exactly. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But Jamie, look at him now. He's surrounded by Macra now, right? And this is the scene I was telling you about. I actually can't figure out because maybe it's the animation, but I couldn't figure out.
I'm going to say it's probably the animation, though. Yeah.
I couldn't figure out how he got out of this situation. Everybody's saying hello to you. Do you want to just say hello to everybody? No, they have to hear you, baby.
Hello.
There you go. Hello.
They're going to remake the others.
What, the movie with Nicole Kidman?
Yeah, because apparently it needs to be remade.
No, I'll talk about that another time. This is the Doctor Who stream. So Doctor's doing a legger now. Now this is the scene actually I think coming up.
Yeah.
This is why I don't buy this argument, you know, when that incident happened. The fans rightly kicked up stink. And it wasn't just fans, it was the public, but all the fans kicked up stink about that scene in Series 12. Because even as far back as here, you'll see it now. If you are watching it now, you'll see what I'm talking about. So they're at the getting in, they're in this tunnel now, they're at the locking the door, and Polly now is a bit stressed because obviously she sees the Macra.
Yeah, comforts her now.
Yeah, she kind of loses her hair now. Watch. Yeah. So see now she's panicking now. See, come along, Polly. I'm sure there's no need to be. Yeah, and then he holds her hand. Look at that. Now, don't be giving me this crap, all you J-bots, about it's socially awkward crap, right? It's been done since the feckin' 60s, right? The Doctor being a comfort in certain situations, right? Uncalled for. But we're not talking about that anyway, but I just wanted to point it out because it is a poignant scene. So now Jamie is still trying to figure her way out of this tunnel. The gas is rushing towards him now. Oh, there's always an old lift, isn't there?
or a ventilation shaft.
Yeah. I thought the singing at the end of this episode was a bit dodgy. The singing in it is dodgy completely, but it's a creepy kind of way, you know?
Yeah, it's very creepy. I find it.
I'll tell you, we'll do a watch along of two of my favorite New Who episodes actually that are creepy. The God Complex and what's the other one
Yeah,
with
that's a good
creepy?
story.
I keep forgetting the one with the dolls.
Night Terrors, is it?
Night
Night
Terrors,
Terror.
that's it. Yeah,
That's the one. Yeah, we'll do watch alongs
and the
of them.
peg dolls.
Two episodes at midnight. We'll do the creepier episodes. Yeah, see this part of the animation I thought was funny, right? So Jamie is sneaking across the room, right, guys, while they're all doing their little chant, yeah? And nobody spots him until he gets right
Nobody
to the
sees
door.
it.
Watch.
Yeah, I like it.
He's like, oh, I'm at the door.
That's
How
funny.
he thinks he's a dancer. Hi,
I
I'm
like
on
this.
dancer, yes.
I'd love to have seen the real scene of that.
I know, this dance would have been hilarious to see in real life. So much
They
of
should
that.
ask Fraser Hines if he could still do it.
Probably if fans asked him to do that dance. Do the dance that you did in the Macra Terror, will you? I'm sure he'd
It's a
do
bit like
it.
Sylvester McCoy, where they ask him to play the spoons. He did that for my kids once, bless him. It got him in in a case, his spoons, and he got them out and played them on me, played them on Shane and Lyndon, and they loved it.
And he just got caught. Brilliant. And then I love the way he just backs in. He just backs in like, uh-oh. And Ben just gave him away again because Ben is still kind of, but he's still questioning.
Yeah.
See, Jamie, but Ben does take a. He knows. He think he kind of knows, but he's struggling right now. He doesn't know what's reality and
And what and
right
what's fake?
I love Midnight. Midnight is one of my favorite episodes of Tennant. To be honest with you, Lee, we will do a creepy one.
I would have to say, human nature and family of Bill. What does David
Yeah, I
Tennant's
like that one.
Yeah,
series
that's brilliant. That is, I agree with you.
Really
That's
good
a
stories,
I
both
like
of them.
Impossible Planet and what's the other one? What's it? The Impossible Planet and what's that two?
and the Satan Pack?
And the Satan Pit. Love those two episodes as well.
What
Oh, here they
classic?
are. Doctor and Polly have actually found all the Macra now.
Yeah.
So he's figured it out now. They need the gas to survive. I would have loved to see what these Macra looked like in real footage. Yeah, because they're great in the animation. Silent in the Library is good as well, yeah. And the Forest of the Dead.
It's a shame about Michael Craze. Harry died.
Well, how did he die?
He was only 56. He had a fall down some steps. Died of a heart attack, apparently.
Ah,
Quite a while ago as well. I think it was about 97, 98, something like that when he died.
every time you throw that ball, he lets off a big scream for some weird reason, doesn't he? It's like, don't touch me, ball.
Give it to me.
Good boy, you little psychopath.
Oh, let me roll it.
Ah, there's Jamie.
What is that?
Internet gas leak. You can always go back and watch from the beginning and catch up. But glad to see you here. Thank you for the support. Appreciate it.
No, yo, bring that to me. No, go get it.
So yeah, so the Macra now are trying to convince the pilot not to listen to the Doctor and Polly. So the pilot is starting to question it. I love the way Jamie's first thought though is always we can't leave the Doctor. Like
Yeah.
Jamie was always the one that looked out for the Doctor. Like it's actually sad when Jamie leaves in the ward. I actually couldn't.
Yeah, I thought that was sad.
I didn't like that scene. I'm sorry, I didn't. I thought it was a bit. I could understand why they did it at the time, but. And it was a nice little ending for him, him going in and fighting with someone. That's typical Jamie, but no. I wasn't happy that they wiped these memories. No.
Yeah,
No.
no. Yeah, I mean now, he can. Jamie's a good companion, and he's probably the best part. The two doctors for me as well.
Oh yeah, come here. I've got something to tell you.
Yeah.
So a New Who fan says that Manip Gill, when she stars in Series 13, will be the longest running companion. Wrong, Jamie.
No,
Companion. And by the way, just because this crisis is happening, just because there's a delay, and it was a couple of years since she took the role. She actually hasn't been active in the role that long, so no, she won't be the longest.
No.
Again, these people sicken me. Jamie is the longest running companion. That's just the bottom line. You get over it.
And they don't put in how many episodes.
What?
Yeah.
They don't say how many episodes the longest character is as well. How many episodes they've done on the screen.
Yeah, Jamie has over. What was it? Did someone explain it? Yeah, he's still the number. He's still got the most.
Yeah, because that would make sense. Because Patrick out his final stories
exactly.
a 10-part story, so that would make sense.
Well, as Cheryl said, by their logic, if you look at it, Paul McGann, if that's the way they were to look at it by their logic, then Paul McGann would be the longest Doctor of all time.
Yeah, from 1996.
Yeah, all the way up to when he did his cameo in New Who.
Yeah.
So
And also Sylvester McCoy would be longer running as well because
Yeah.
he was 1996
Yeah.
as well. He did that film, so he was still the Doctor then. To 2000, well, 1996. So how many is that? 16 years, is it? So when it
we're on
when he
episode
was-
4, Internet Gas Leak. We're nearly finished though, actually. We've got it's 18 minutes in. We're 25 minutes, 25-minute an episode, so we're nearly done. But the pilot is at the fine and the Macra now, so he believes them all. And Ben is hiding because he's about to pounce, if I remember correctly. So now Ola is in charge now. The pilot has been, they've been, basically it's a coup.
Mm.
They've got 4 minutes left. Oh, here's the gas.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure they start playing that music again at the end.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Yeah. Happy music.
And it's gas, like the Macra are like taunting them. You won't
Yeah.
find the switch. You won't be able to stop. It's like you're dead. You're gonna be fish food in a minute. Oh, here's Ben. So Ben is going to save the day now. Ben has snapped out of his.
Is a trance.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up. Ah. Oh, big explosion.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the crate.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, the explosion actually looked impressive, actually.
I wonder what's going to happen, right, when they all come out of their trance. They're probably assholes in real life.
Yeah, probably.
What the hell am I dressed like?
Might be cheap balls.
So now they're having a little bit of a celebration.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh my god, that's a bit cringy.
Imagine Can you imagine waking up to that music every day?
Oh
Right,
my
so
god.
he's being told that he's going to be made the next pilot. Ben told him, I'm at the herd and they're going to make you the next pilot. And he says, they can't do that to me. And the doctor has done a legger. He's done a
Yeah.
runner. That's it. He's gone. He's gone. That's it. And there's that creepy music to end it all.
That music.
I tell you what, no, that music sends a shiver up your spine.
It's like annoying, but also spooky.
Yeah. Well. That was it. Macra Terror done. I actually enjoyed that.
I would actually give that a 7. I saw a good story.
Yeah, now I've watched it all, I'd say probably a 7. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I did enjoy that.
I did. I have to say, I did actually enjoy that a lot more now. It was actually quite enjoyable. Guys in the chat, what would you actually give it out of 10?
I would say Patrick Troughton and Jamie were the two standout performances.
I agree. Actually, Ben's performance, the man that plays Ben, though, his performance was actually quite good as well because he was battling all the time with himself throughout that whole story. So he was good. Polly didn't really do much in this episode. Now, I have to be honest, but she wasn't that annoying, if you know what I mean. Unlike other companions, we won't mention their names on this bloody stream, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but it's at least she had something to do. You know, I mean, I would have loved to see the scene where she was actually, you know, being attacked by the Macra and she was actually picked up by the Macra. That would have been actually nice to see.
Internet Gaslick gives it a 7 out of 10, and he also asked me, did you the the virus is keeping everybody home? Yeah, this is me all along with the virus. Yeah, and I think Leon Davis gives it an 8 out of 10. Okay, his comments just came up there. He says he says for both the animation and the story. Yeah, I mean I agree that the animation is solid.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that one. Also, Troughton's performance is actually very good in this as well. It's definitely a 7 or 8 out of 10 episode or story, I should say. It's not the best story that we've had, but like you know, it's as I said, it's interesting. Shame we haven't.
It's solid enough.
Say that again.
I said it's solid enough.
Yeah, it is. It's very solid.
Yeah.
It is a solid story.
Yeah. Anybody else want to give it a bit of a rating there? So we've got Internet Gas Leak, we've got Lee Anthony Davis's rating. You've also heard their rating on the panel as well. If there's anybody else want to rate the episode, if you have seen, listen, if you haven't seen it though, go and get it if you can. I watched the black and white version. Daniel obviously was watching the color version. I don't know how good the color version is, but the black and white version is actually very good.
To be honest, no, see the site I was watching it on, it only actually seemed to have have them I love it. version, I'd have probably liked it a lot better, the animation, if it was actually in the black and white. But like, I couldn't actually find that version.
Yeah, it's some sites probably only do the
Yeah.
Mm.
version, which is a shame. They should make both versions available.
Um,
Grumpy Old Bob
and yeah,
6 gives it an 8 out of 10.
and is there any is there any sort of special features on the actual TV? Because because into the special
Yeah, I like special
features and
features
stuff
on
like
Yeah,
that.
I
this one.
have a rabbi. Rabbi obviously is the man that sends me all
Yeah,
of these, and he sends me the special features as well.
Mm.
So yeah, I've been watching them. The special features sometimes do be more interesting than I'm not saying
the actual
the
story.
story, but you find out some juicy details, because they're
Yeah,
quite good.
the,
The cast and former production crew, like if they you can actually tell if they disliked someone because they don't hide the fact that they didn't like this person, don't give a
Yeah,
crap. But yeah, look, I really enjoyed this. As I said, we've got other
mm.
animations. I have the Power of Daleks as well. I only got the 10th Planet, so I haven't actually watched that myself yet. So
Mm.
I'm gonna watch that, and then we'll do a watch along. Uh, so yeah, that'll be the next one. So the 10th Planet. I don't know exactly when we'll do it yet because I know I'm appearing on Rabbi's stream. I know we have to do another a couple of streams on here as well. So it's going to be very very busy over the weekend. So, but we'll squeeze it in this week somehow. So if you can, that'll give you a few days anyway. So if you can
yeah,
go and find a copy of the 10th Planet, you're more than welcome to join myself, and we'll have other guests as well joining me, and we'll do a little bit of a discussion, and we'll do a watch along as well. Guys, is there anything else you would like to add before we kind of finish up tonight? Is there anything else you would like to say about this story?
Not all overweight, but I get and no, but the way to emphasize how impressed I was with the animation.
Mm. You see, I'm not usually a big fan of animation, but I
Yeah,
really
I'm the
enjoyed this
same.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I really enjoyed this, and it went quick as well. If
Yeah,
you enjoy the story, always goes quicker, and the pace was pretty good. It followed it well with the animation. I thought the pace and the lines all followed quite well.
actually, it was a pretty pacey story, wasn't it? There was always something
Yeah,
going
for
on.
animation.
Actually. Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I kind of like those episodes though, where there's a lot going on, and you kind of
Mm,
have to, again, we kind of had a discussion about that on a recent panel where I'm the type of person I kind of like, especially when it's sci-fi. I kind of like me
yeah,
sci-fi where everything isn't explained to me. I like
yeah,
that little bit
yeah.
of
Work
mystery.
it out for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to work it out for myself.
yeah,
You
I'm the
do
same.
sci-fi and you lay it all out, you get what Chris Chibnall has done, and I think sci-fi
Oh,
should be a lot smarter than that, and it should
Yeah,
sometimes fool its audience. And you
I always think that Chibnall is like spoon feeding you. Like he has to
yeah,
narrate,
yeah,
like get the doctor to narrate everything what's in the story.
we don't
You
need
know,
that. We don't need
no,
that at all. Again, the writing has to be up to a certain standard, and Chris Chibnall is just not at that standard.
yeah.
And again, he
Well,
is spoon feeding. You see episodes like this, stories
mm,
like this. You're not spoon fed any of the information. You're left little threads. You know there's something
yeah,
going on. Medoc at the start. you know he's seen something, but you're just not quite sure what
Mm.
he's seen. Like, you know, a lot is left to your imagination before those are even revealed. But again, with some other showrunners out there, they just think spoon feeding or the doctor narrating the story and letting us know what's going on is actually the best way to do it, and it's not. Sometimes the audience likes to figure things out for themselves, and I truly believe that if you're writing Doctor Who, especially if you're the showrunner, that's what you should be doing. And I think Doctor Who fans, I think they kind of expect that, you know, and demand that. It's part of the writing, you know. There's a
Well,
certain
the good
level.
old days.
Even look at the Macra
And yeah,
is better than that and that we got in series. Name me an episode that was better than the Macra Terror in series 11 and 12. Honestly,
I can't,
I
honestly.
can't, no. I remember the good old days when you'd watch a story, like even New Who, like 2006 or 7, you could watch a story and then go back to it a few weeks later to watch it
Yeah,
again and pick up things in it. And Doctor
yeah,
Who's always been like that. You could go back to a classic series like Genesis, and you could watch that over and over
and you
quite
always
a few times and pick up different things what you've missed the first time around.
exactly.
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
But
look, Macra Terror again. This wouldn't be the strongest Patrick Troughton story either, or classic Who
no,
story.
but
The thing about it
it
is it's
flows
far
well.
superior. It's far superior than that we've gotten, and it is such a shame because you know there is a certain standard, there is a certain level, and you know, as I said, if you're writing for Doctor Who, I I think if you're one of these writers that likes to spell things out for their audience, I don't think it's going to work. Fans don't
No.
want that. They want to be filled. They want to be able to figure things out for themselves. And you know, sometimes it's always good not to answer all the questions so you can go back and address those. You know, Stephen Moffat was kind of good at that. Obviously, the resolution, just most of the things that he didn't always come off. But some of the time it did, and when it did, it was absolutely spectacular. That's
You've got to have a,
the way you need to be
you've
thinking when you're writing for this show. Go ahead,
yeah.
Jay,
Oh, sorry.
John.
You've got to have a balance in it. You can't have it too over the top where you're scratching your head thinking what's he
Yeah,
talking about, because sometimes it can be too overcomplicated. But then again, you don't want to be like Chibnall's era where everything's wrapped up, you know what's going to happen, and then you put it to the back of your mind and you never rewatch it. You see, I can leave a story for 2 years what I've not seen, and then I wouldn't mind seeing that again. And then you watch it, you pick up on something new, always something different. Like even if it's I didn't realise, like say Donna was doing this or Martha was doing that at the time. But with all these new ones, you could think, oh, what's the point watching that again?
yeah. It is sad. But I mean, look, again, we can keep going back to what went wrong for series 11 and 12. At the end of the day, we've still got some great Doctor Who
We've
in the
got
past.
classic.
But I will say again though, this isn't the strongest classic story, but it is far superior, and I do think that this story was probably a little bit ahead of its time, and it worked very well. Now it worked very well as animation. I don't know now to be fair if this would have translated well. Seeing it live, you know, not seeing it live, but you know what I mean, seeing the actual footage, seeing the episode go out.
I don't actually think so because they didn't have the proper budget like a story like that wouldn't, you know, so it would kind of look a bit cheap aesthetically, no disrespect to it, but it actually,
Actually, you're probably right, Daniel. And you know what's even more startling is the animation was probably more expensive than the actual sets that they used back in the day.
yeah.
Which is, you know, that'd be the thing. It's It actually is mind blowing. The budget for back then would have been so minute. I mean, to put these animations together, it's not cheap. You know, no wonder they are. You know, they don't go out. You ever see an animation? They're never cheap. They're always about 25, 30 quid when you get them because they're very expensive to produce. So they need to actually, make their money back on these. So, but I did
It
look.
takes a while.
And it does. It takes a while. What's the next one coming out now? They announced it already after the
Oh,
faceless
yeah.
one. Another one that was announced.
Is another Patrick Trout?
Yeah, I think they'd be nearly finished
Mm.
Patrick Trout, and I think they've got a couple of more stories to go or something. And he said Patrick Trout will be complete. There's certain, but there is certain stories that will never be animated. I don't know if it's from Hartnell's era, or I don't know if it's Troughton's era, but I think someone said they were nearly finished Troughton's era. But there's a couple of episodes that they can't do because the animation it's far too complex. Some of the sets, so the animation would be
Take too long.
it take too long, unfortunately. So there's some that will never see the light of day, which is
That's
sad.
a shame.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
But you never know. With the success of these animations and the releases, and you're getting all the extra footage and the behind the scenes interviews and stuff like that from years ago, they're able to dig up all these interesting interviews.
Mm.
It is generating hype, and I have to say the hype for the animations does be absolutely amazing. You just see it on Twitter and all, people putting photographs up of their copies and all, proud people ordering the next one.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the next one is. I forget what one it is, but hold on. There's only one way.
Does anybody in the chat know?
Yeah, does anybody know? Actually, good fair point. Anybody know when they're doing what the next animation is? I did a video on it, but I just can't remember.
I can't
But they are
remember.
releasing 2 animations a year, so there is another one due.
Mm.
And whatever it is, I just hope it's not like the faceless ones. Listen, I've addressed this and I'll say it again. I don't have a problem with Sasha being the master, but I do have a problem with Sasha being in Classic Who. If you wanted to do the masters, you should have the 2 classic Who masters
Anti-Lee.
in the faceless ones.
Anyway,
You don't start putting new Who masters back in the past, right? I would have a problem with it if it was John Sim as well, or it was Derek Jacobi. Look, the audios are completely different. Big Finish is completely different, right? It's the Fury from the Deep is the next animation. That's what it is. Fury from the Deep.
yeah.
I can't wait for that one. That one actually looks. Now I have to admit, I've only seen the telly snaps and the stuff that fans have put together from that, and it actually looks good. So I can't wait. When is that actually due for release? Because, well, let's hope it does get released. And let's hope we're all still around. By the way, I don't know if you have noticed because most of you are on lockdown. But there's a big light in the sky, right? And people are starting to speculate. Now, NASA, a couple of weeks back, see, it blew over everybody's head because of this whole thing that's happening in the world right now. But there's an asteroid on the way.
Yeah,
now they're saying it's going to pass the Earth, but because I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I'm going to tell you my conspiracy. So imagine if NASA came out and said, "Listen, there's an asteroid coming towards us. The world would lose its shit. Yeah, we'd probably lose all social construct. Everybody would, there'd be civil disarray, right? So how do you control a population? Well, you say there's a virus out there, right? Or you release a virus out there so you can keep us all on lockdown. And the real threat isn't actually from the virus, but it's from the asteroid that's actually heading towards the Earth. Now, people are saying it's Jupiter. It's not Jupiter. I have a telescope. I can tell you now it's not Jupiter, right? It's not. It's definitely, some are speculating it's a twin star. but it's not. It's definitely an asteroid, and you can actually see there's a couple of videos on YouTube where people have managed to get now the reason why it's so bright, it's not because it's huge or anything like that. It's because it's got a huge corona, if that's what isn't that what they call it, corona at the back. It gives it a lot of light. Now, is it going to pass the Earth? More than likely it is, right? But I just find it a bit weird that this thing is coming towards and we're all on lockdown because there's a virus out there. Maybe in the conspiracy theorists, maybe this virus was released on purpose. So we'd all stay on lockdown. It'd be easier for world governments to control us all. And then this
I've
thing
heard, Noel.
through space and then bang. Go ahead.
I've heard, Noel, it's going to be the closest on May the 23rd, which is my birthday, by the way. That's how I can remember it. So that's when it's going to be the closest to the Earth, and it's going to be visible.
Well, do you know what I'm going to do? Hopefully this crisis is over by then. This laptop, I can actually hook this laptop up to the telescope. I can actually put the telescope up on the room and remote control the telescope from here. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to get live footage of this thing and put it up and see what it is. But it's definitely not Venus because I know what Venus looks like.
No,
it's not Jupiter either. I know what the planets look like in the sky because I've looked at them through the telescope. I know
is it Saturn?
Invisible light. What?
Is it Saturn?
No, it's not a planet.
Oh,
no, it's definitely up there. And with all the cars not being out and about and all the planes, it's a lot clearer.
It
You've
is.
got a better view of it.
But it's actually funny that you say that because I looked out in the sky tonight and I could see it in the sky tonight. And what did I see? Aeroplanes going across and you can see the chemtrails. So they're already covering it up. This is what they do. Listen, I'm not saying that is what's happening. It's just I'm a bit of conspiracy theorist and they come up with these little conspiracies. But to me, there's logic behind it because if there was an asteroid or a meteor coming towards the Earth, well, they're not going to be able to control the population if they told the population that this thing is coming and it's going to hit the Earth. So, what's the best way to control the population? Cause a different scare, cause a different scam, and then people then start believing we're all on lockdown. I'm not saying that people don't have the coronavirus and that it's not real. The coronavirus is real. What I'm saying is that maybe this was intentional because I've looked back through history. I put up a little post on my Twitter account. Every 100 years, and you can check this out yourselves, every 100 years there's a plague.
Yeah.
Every 100 years there's a major plague that wipes out half of the population. Check it out if you don't believe me. I've checked it out myself. It does happen. We've had swine, Spanish flu, all the way back. I've checked it all up. It happens all the time. And while that happens, there's always a major event. Something else happens. It's a distraction. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but there's little things. I've watched the videos of this thing.
Some odd coincidences.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely not a planet. And NASA have actually said that this is an asteroid, but they're saying it will pass us. They've said it.
Yeah, they said end of May it's going to be the closest and the brightest, and it's the sun reflecting off it as well, which is going to make it even more brighter.
We'll know so pretty soon enough anyway. If the weather starts, trust me, we'll know. We'll know if this is going to start. If there's anything in this, because weather patterns and all will start going crazy and stuff.
Yeah, you get typhoons and.
So we'll see, but it'll be nice to see if it does go by. It'll be nice. I'll tell you, it's going to be spectacular to see in the sky with a telescope. And if you've got a decent enough telescope, trust me, I've got a telescope that's €600 worth, so it's a pretty good bloody telescope. Like it scans the sky and all for you, so it finds all the celestial bodies. in the sky. And trust me, it won't find this because it's not part of it. And by the way, there's a couple of stars that have appeared in the sky that NASA that they're baffled about that have appeared in the sky. They don't know anything about. So there's weird stuff happening around us up in the sky, and just there's not a lot of people taking notice right now because their minds are occupied with something else. That's all I'm trying to just say. People's minds are occupied with something else, and they're not really looking up into the sky. But a few people have, and there's a couple of videos on YouTube that people have actually put up, and I would encourage us to have a look at it. This thing is freaky. This thing is like a disco ball in the sky. It's flickering all over the place. Nobody has ever seen anything like this. It is actually pretty amazing. If you get to look at it, have a look. It's pretty amazing. And look, you don't
funny you said that now.
Take out your phone, zoom in, and you will see it. And take a photograph. It's bloody amazing. Go ahead,
I was watching your stream last night. And I sat outside and could see it in the sky where the sun sets. It's over right up above where the sun sets, usually. And it's right up in the sky, really bright. And I could remember seeing it while I was listening to your stream.
Yeah, it's mad. Actually, hold on, have a look now because it should be outside my window.
Oh,
right
yeah. It was definitely there. And it's really bright.
There it is, there, yeah, it's right outside my window, but you see, I can't really see it that well because, as I said, the planes have been flying over the sky, so it's right there now. You can clearly see, it's still, I can still see the flicker. This is not a star. Right, now there is a bright star in the sky that appeared in the sky in 2012. That does appear, but that, when you look at the telescope through that, which I have, right, it looks like a disco ball. When you zoom into it's like a disco ball in space. It's actually amazing. That's what NASA have named it, the disco ball. It's pretty amazing. But that star appeared in the sky in 2012, I think it was. It just came out of nowhere. So there is these new celestial bodies that are just showing up all over the place. And Lee Anthony Davis says, no asteroid will hit the Earth and we'll all be still here in June. I'm not saying it's going to hit us, but I just find it a bit unusual that it's not being focused either. Yeah. And it should be because it's a big major event. It's going to pass. If it's going to pass this Earth, NASA used to make a big deal out of stuff like this. They seem to be very quiet. And I wonder why. And by the way, just in case anybody thinks I'm not adding further to the panic, but a couple of space observatories were actually closed down a few months back. And you'd have to question why. And these were independent. They weren't government run. So again, what are they trying to hide? You know, it could be, if someone said it's the ISS. It's not the ISS. It's not Venus, because I know where Venus is in the sky. Trust me, in comparison to the moon, I know where Venus is. It's actually pretty easy to spot. This thing is 2 or 3 times as bright as Venus. So it's pretty easy. It's the brightest object in the sky bar the moon.
And if you look at it, brighter as the weeks go by.
Exactly. And it's acting all weird because when people zoom into it, they can actually see it flickering. It's doing
shimmering,
weird.
Yeah.
It's interesting. See, this is the type of thing I'd be out there right now.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to come close. It's like going to be far enough away.
That's what they say. If it hits the Earth, as we all saying I was right.
4 million miles away.
It's 4 million miles away, and it's hurtling towards the Earth.
17 times the distance from the Earth.
Yeah, and you don't know how fast it's going.
Yeah.
Listen, all we need is an asteroid the size of a double-decker bus, right? That's what wiped out the dinosaurs. Just remember that. Right? Now, all I'll ask is, though, do we have the technology if something like that was to happen? Do we actually have the technology to stop an asteroid from hitting the Earth? That's the thing.
Well, even if you nuke it, you're still going to get bits of it.
Yeah, we would, yeah. Watch, if this stream goes down, right, if it says it was removed by YouTube, you know why.
Well, yeah, because you're getting a bit too close to the truth.
Yeah.
How can you not find it?
Because I
It's
can't
literally right by your
see.
foot.
I can't see. There it is. It's yellow, though. It's invisible.
It's literally next to you.
It's invisible in the dark. Right, I better actually stop. Listen, we could do it. We'll do a conspiracy podcast some other time, but this is supposed to be about the Macra Tower. I just wanted to throw that out there because it is.
Yeah, big interest.
It is interesting, and I will try. I will try hook the telescope up. Now I haven't done it in a few months now, so I'll have to reconfigure the telescope and stuff. Oh, it's going to be a pain in the arse. Oh, I have to. Yeah, I know. I'll get it out because I want to show the guys proper.
And just before you turn it off for tonight, no, when are you going to start on your Titanic movie?
I know. I keep putting it off. I keep saying I'm going to start it, and then I keep putting it off. But I will. I'm going to start it definitely this weekend. I'm going to get the hull. We're going to start working on the hull. I don't know how long it's actually going to take, but here I was actually a bit confused. I need a bit of advice because I've read the instructions, right? Do I put all this shit together and then I paint it, or do I paint as I go along? See, because it doesn't tell me in the instructions. It just gives me the paints, the number that the paints are, and it tells me this is where you have to put this paint. That's where you have to put that paint. But I don't know if I have to put the whole thing together and then paint it after the fact, or do I, when I put the whole together, can I paint the whole black the way it's supposed to be, let it dry, and then put the rest? I don't know. I haven't done one in ages. I don't know if I'm supposed to put all of it together first and then paint
the
it all.
The instructions never tell you properly.
They never do.
Oh. No matter what you buy, they never do. The instructions are always wrong.
I might get Cheryl to do the painting because she's very good at all that stuff. She likes the arts and crafts, whereas if I have to paint something really thin, I'll probably lose my patience if I make a mistake. But apparently I have to have a well ventilated room when I'm doing this. So the paint must be really strong. What? Or it could be the glue, yeah. Either way, it's going to be a pain in the ass. And it's going to be good viewing because I'm probably going to lose me shit all the time. Oh, no, I won't do it when you're asleep. Don't worry, Cheryl. I'll do it during the day when you're awake. Cheryl says, don't do it when I'm asleep.
Don't get overcome by a few.
She knows what I'm like. I'll bleed and lose me shit if I can't. Because, listen, once I get my mind... See, here's the thing, Daniel. You asked me when, right? Once I get started on this, I won't stop. As you know, when I do the FIFA streams or I do the Black... Once I get started... I just go. So once I start on this Titanic, trust me, they'll be doing streams until it's done. So
This
is. You need to go take it outside and do it.
I might actually
want to be interested.
I was actually thinking to do that actually. If I could. Here's the thing though, right? I live in an apartment block, right? So I don't know, who was it that told me? Was it you originally that told me about upstairs being locked, or was that the neighbour downstairs? So a neighbour downstairs says to me, he goes, you know, the roof access is locked. And I go, what do you mean? Someone put screws in the door and locked the door. You can't even get roof access. Now, here's the thing, right? I can understand where they're coming from to a certain extent because people are stuck indoors and they think everybody will just go up onto the roof and there's a chance. But I'm thinking there's a way around that. So you could give the third floor, right? Give them a couple of hours to be on the roof, right? Then when their couple of hours is up, then the second floor get their time up on the roof, right? Now, not every it's big enough. It's a big enough roof that, like, you know, a couple of people can sit down one end and keep their social distancing, and then the rest of us can keep down the other end, keep our social distance. See, because come here, there's a lot of people in this apartment block that, you know, that have mental health issues, and This is not a good time to be locked away, and I do
No.
think it's irresponsible for uh, our rent company to actually do this, lock the premises again. If there was a fire anyway, that is the roof access. I think I have to look into. I think that might be illegal because look, I can get where they're getting going with the corona with this coronavirus, but at the end of the day, people still do need room to breathe.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
if I
You
get
could
that
post
roof,
everybody a key
Titanic up there actually. You need to paint
and
the
give them
whole back.
set times.
So I need to paint the hull first. So put the hull together and I need to paint that. Ah, Jesus. Oh, God. You need masking tape too. Nobody said anything about masking tape. Jesus Christ, man. All I want to do is put the thing together, right, paint it up, put a hole in the side of it and sink it. I want to reenact Titanic again. I'm only messing. But it has its own little stand. But no, if I need masking tape, I think I have some there. I'll do it properly. But yeah, I'm going. No, listen, I'm gonna put all. I'm gonna really not prick around. I'm gonna actually do it properly. But I mightn't complete it just in case we all do die of that big asteroid that's coming towards us. But if I don't, remember that I tried my best.
We're not having a great year, are we, this year?
Yep.
For
Not
what?
only are there screws, there's no handle to the door anymore. Like there's no.
What? They took the handle
There's
off the
nothing
door as
you
well.
can't even physically.
What?
You can't even open the door. So you went upstairs to have a look,
Yeah,
and you went to push the door, and there's no handle on the door.
right.
Oh
And
my
it's still
God.
Yeah.
It's a bit extreme.
Fire would stay cold.
See, I think that's wrong, and I think if we had a system like I spoke about, give each floor a couple of hours up on the roof, and it would work because
It's a fire exit.
I know
Technically, I don't think
they're not supposed to be really doing that, and we can't go down out onto the grounds, unfortunately, because of course there's a couple of kids in these apartments, so they actually need a bit of it is actually very difficult for people living in apartments that have kids, so I kind of understand it a little bit, but the fact that the kids are running around means I can't go down even into the
How do you
ground.
get on with your dog now? Taking it out at
Oh,
the car park.
yeah, we did not. No, we brought him over to the over across. How far did you get with him tonight?
I got just past the funeral parlor.
Oh.
And he decided he wasn't going to be a part of.
Oh, he didn't want to go out. So Cheryl tried to take him out for a walk tonight, right? Because we took him out for a walk the other day. And he literally got outside the door and said, "No, fuck this, I'm not doing this. I wanted to come back." That's Ted. He's gone lazy too. I know, he's just lazy, man. He doesn't want to go anywhere.
No, he gets scared.
I've got a Labrador, black Labrador, and he's exactly the same. I've had to force him out today in the garden. He'll just sit there.
For us because he's so small.
Yeah.
So he can at least run around here and get some exercise because, it's a big space for him. He's only like 9 pounds.
Oh my God, this thing looks very Super John is explaining all this to me now about this model. And the more he explains to me, the more I don't want to do it.
I don't know why
So do me a favor, don't explain anymore, right? I will figure it out as I go along. Trust me, man. You're actually making me scared right now. No.
Got nothing else to do.
I will do it. Jesus, okay. Do it. She's even telling me to do it. Leave me alone. I have to go. Oh, I don't need to paint that in gold. They gave me the gold things. I just need to stick them on. Ha ha! Got away with that one. Yeah, Teddy says no way. There's a pandemic out there. Yeah, that's what it is, man. He literally got to the funeral home and said, "Feck this."
Which is
Turn around.
He's just out the gate. He's something else. Right, listen. We could go on all night and chat about other stuff, but I've built a few Titanic models, says Super John. Ha ha ha. Well, maybe I'll get you on, right, in the background while I'm doing it, and you can shout out instructions.
I'll provide the iceberg.
Yeah.
That's it. Good night, Lee, says Mr. Hoy's podcast. Oh, Lee Anthony Davis is heading off. Good night. We're just about to head off as well. Listen, guys, John, you don't have a channel, do you?
No, I don't know.
Are you gonna set one up?
Well, I've been thinking about it more while I've been off work at the minute because of all this what's happening.
Why don't you should watch alongs with your kids or something, man? They'd be fun, because right now I can tell you right now there is a huge demand. I've seen it. YouTube channels now starting to cop on to what we've been doing, Blue Bonnet and stuff have been doing, and they're doing their own little watch-alongs now themselves. And it's classic Who, believe it or not. Classic Who seems to be the thing that fans are yearning for. So maybe it'd be good to see, yourself and your kids watching Classic Who, because then, people be able to see what their reaction is to watching Classic Who. I think there's honest with you, I think, if you set up the channel, sure, we'll get you back on again, and we'll get you as many subscribers as we can. We'll get you around. It'll be very good. Daniel, you didn't give up on your YouTube channel either, by the way. I know.
I've decided I'll give it another. Right,
listen, don't mind what Stephen Moffat does or Chris Chibnall.
No.
You just do your bit. Don't let it taint your love for Big Finish. Just do your
and I've got a stream coming up actually, how you can access the
they're giving it
the early videos for free. So I'm going to actually explain that in the stream tomorrow, and I'll explain how you can get the actual Big Finish podcast for free as well. So I'll explain all that tomorrow, and extreme Saturday I'm back on with them. I'm back on with them. Bill on it again. I'm reviewing the Sword of Orion and Bill Bonnet's channel next Saturday as well.
Nice one. What was I going to say? There was something else I wanted to actually. What was it? Oh, it just went out of my head there. Oh my God, Cheryl, stop. Cheryl's pretending. You're right. Cheryl's lying on the chair, right? And just imagine the Macra terror with that claws. She has her two hands and she's doing this to me with her hands like the claws. Yeah, I know. I didn't put that. I know. I'm a tick. But there was something else I wanted to say. Damn, I totally lost it.
It was probably goodbye.
No, it wasn't. You. I'll say goodbye when I'm ready. See that? This is what I have to put up with, guys. See?
No, guys, this is what I have to do.
No. Right. You could build one in one day. Don't be showing off, Super John. We get it. You're brilliant at models. I will do it, and I will get it done.
That's going to be a hilarious podcast. I still can she's laughing.
It'll be funny.
I'm no good at models. Yeah. I tried to make a Spitfire once.
That's what I mean. When I was a kid,
did the wings upside down.
The last one I did was when I was a kid. So, as I said, it's going to be interesting to see if I actually have the patience for it as an adult, because as a kid I didn't. So Cheryl already said no to that. So she already thinks that I'm going to lose me. Yeah.
Matter of fact, let me know when you're going to do it.
Oh, Cheryl wants to know when she can do it so she can get the popcorn ready.
No, so I can not be.
Oh, so she does. Oh, she's gonna leave the apartment. All right. Okay.
I'll sit in the hall.
She's gonna sit in the hall. She doesn't want to be in the same room. Nah. It should be fine. It should be fine. I mean, what could go wrong?
Really?
Yeah. No, I bet you I'll do it. Once I get into it, I'll be fine. Once I get into it, I'll be
last time
fine.
there was painting,
Let,
there
let,
were bird
yeah,
eyes.
yeah, well, oh, yeah.
So I prefer Ted not to be
Yeah.
fake.
So the last time I did a bit of painting in the house, we had a canary.
Well, what you did.
Oh yeah, they were the builders were painting. Sorry, I was not painting because I'm not taking responsibility for this. Anyway, we had a little canary, and it's been about 7 or 8 years or something since they painted the building. So they decided to give the building a bit of a jazz up and paint the inside. Unfortunately, the paint that they used, even though there's paint out there that doesn't smell as bad anymore, these assholes are still using old-fashioned paint, basically with a full smell. So the canary was acting weird that day, wasn't he? Freddie. We called him Fred and Ted, right? So Fred was acting a bit weird, and he was huddled in the corner. Now I never knew because I did, I should have actually looked up on it, but it was only after the fact that I found out when the little bird does that. Oh, Cheryl did that little bird when they go in the corner like that. It means there's something wrong with them. So the paint fumes. We woke up the next morning, and normally we'd hear Fred and me and Cheryl. It was like, yeah, and Ted actually reacted badly because Fred and Ted had a bit of a thing. Like Ted would go up to the cage and Fred would be floating around, and Ted would be like, yeah, he was. So woke up, right? We didn't hear him. I was like, what's going on? And I walk out and I check, and poor little Freddie had passed away.
Oh,
Yeah.
Depressing everyone.
Yeah. It was sad. Poor Ted was sad for a couple of days. Well, it's fine. We didn't flush him down the toilet or anything. We don't believe in that stuff. So we gave him a bit of a funeral, like, yeah, because Cheryl loves our animals, and so we decided to give him a nice little send off. But yeah, are you getting upset now?
No.
Oh, sorry, I forgot not to mention Freddie. Yeah. So I wanted to get another canary, but that's not happening. Yeah, I'm not allowed another. So then I said, well, if I can't have a canary, can I have a parrot?
No.
Then she said, no. I asked her to get a snake, and she said, no. Then I wanted a bearded dragon. She said, no, I'm not allowed another. So then I said, but how about a pet pig?
No.
And then she said, no. And then it was like,
No. Ted is it? None.
So yeah,
miniature pig.
I'm not allowed. No, we're not allowed another pet now.
Nothing else to love in this house.
Right. So apparently Ted is this. So I just have to make do with what I have. I'm only messing. Ted takes up a lot of our time anyway. So yeah. But yeah, I do miss that canary, even though he used to fucking wreck me head with his bleeding. As soon as he seen the sunlight, that was it. It was all second morning. From 5 o'clock in the morning, man, bleeding. So
I used to have 2 zebra finches, and they're a nightmare. They were all the time.
Yeah. They're a good alarm clock, though, if you want to get up at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning.
I don't care unless I have to.
Cheryl said, how would I know? I'd still bloody hear them, though. Smart arse. Smart arse, do you hear her?
Yeah, not because you're.
The trouble is, they don't know when the weekend is.
Yeah.
They still get you up at that time.
Exactly. But yeah, we're not allowed another bird, so I'm kind of bummed about that one. I wanted to get a bearded dragon then, but she was having none of that either. So, yeah. Then I said, how about a guinea pig or something, or a hamster?
Oh no, they're a nightmare.
I know, yeah, but Ted wouldn't. I don't think Ted would like a guinea pig running around here.
Have another pet when I die.
Oh, see that? She says now I can have another pet when she croaks. Jesus Christ!
I had 2 guinea pigs given me.
Yeah.
Where I used to work, because they couldn't have them in where they moved to. So I took those in, and then my sister, she gave me a rabbit.
Oh, Jesus.
And then somebody else gave me a rabbit because my other daughter at the time wanted a rabbit.
Oh, for God's
So I
sake.
ended up with 2 rabbits running around the garden. I had a dog and a cat, and 2 bleeding guinea pigs. And it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare for years. And then I ended up with just 1 rabbit. But it lived a long time. I had it for about, well, my sister had it for 4 years, and I had it for a good 10 years. So it was at least
Wow.
14, 15 years old. So that was quite old for a rabbit.
That is actually impressive for a rabbit.
Yeah.
Right, we'll change
I think the other one was about 12.
We finish up because Cheryl doesn't like when I talk about animals, especially when animals that aren't here. Yeah, she won't watch
Right,
them.
sorry.
She can't. I can't even get her to watch Chernobyl because of this. There's an episode in that. Obviously, we won't say what happens in it, but if you have seen it, don't say that. But yeah, because Rabbi wanted us to review that. I've already watched it. It's a brilliant show. If you haven't
Yeah,
actually
it's
watched
really good.
Chernobyl, now
I've not seen it.
if you're animal friendly, I would say this is not the show for you. I won't say why, but just don't watch it or skip. I think it's the 2nd or 3rd episode, but you check it. But it's a great show. I mean, it just goes to show even back then, like the cover up that went on. It's
Yeah.
quite startling that they thought they could actually hide the fact that a bloody nuclear power station had gone critical. Hello. Right.
It's all right. It's Lyndon. He wanted to say hi.
No problem. That's no problem at all. Welcome. Right, listen, guys. We're going to finish up now because we're nearly at the 3-hour mark. Hello. Good night.
I want to say hello.
You've said hello now.
I want to put the camera on to say hello.
Oh, go on then, quickly. Just say hello.
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 Scarper.
Right, Mum wants a couple of fags.
Right, I'll run round. Okay.
Mum wants.
Right,
Sorry about that.
That isn't for anybody that's
That's the one who was
from
screaming.
the United States, just in case you're wondering, that means cigarette in the UK. Because you'll always get 1 or 2 people, especially in this day and age. Oh, what are you saying? Right, cigarette.
No, that's the partner. It's the kid's a stressor.
It happens, especially being indoors now. I say use our heads. Yeah, if you had hair to pull out, you'd be pulling your hair out by now.
She's not too bad, really. She's trying to quit.
There's a wasp in the house, apparently. Yeah. Right, guys, we're going to finish up. Daniel, so you have a stream. Is there anything else coming up on your channel?
There might be a couple of surprises I might bring on a few guests on if they fancy it or whatever. I'm happy to bring on anybody, so on if you want to come on and talk about some of your favourite classic episodes and stuff, I'll send you an invite if you fancy it. We'll sit and talk about classic or whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure John won't mind coming on. I'll come on as well, Daniel, if you need
No, I don't mind.
any guests. Let us know. Anyway, we're game anytime, any place, anywhere. Superman, all of that.
Yeah.
We'll be there. Don't worry, man. We'll be there to support you as always.
Yeah.
Whether it's watching streams or being on the stream with you, not a bother. And listen, guys, if you haven't actually subscribed to Daniel's channel, please do subscribe to his channel. And hopefully then the next time we have John on, John will actually have a YouTube channel. He will be able to vlog as well, and we'll get him some subscribers as well. Listen, guys, thank you for joining me, John. Thank you.
Not a problem.
For joining me. It's a pleasure having you on.
Thank you.
No, I've
And
enjoyed it. Thank
the
you.
moderators, I think Daniel was the only moderator in the chat tonight, I think. So thank you, Daniel. If I'm wrong about that, I'm sorry, guys. I just see that Daniel was the only mod here, which I'll just double check just in case any of the other mods. Actually, is Chris okay? I wonder, because Chris would be here normally. I'll have to.
He'll be on Gary from the Rocket stream because he kind of he kind of does everybody's
Ah, that's
stream.
what it is. That's what it is. So that's fine. That's fine. Sure, he'll be here again anyway. But Chris,
Yeah.
look after yourself, man. He is one of the. I have to give it to him, man. He doesn't just mod on my channel. Obviously, Gary Doomcox. He does a few.
Yeah,
on our channel.
yeah, and he's actually done a couple of streams as well. So out to Chris.
Yeah. Right, listen, guys, I'll let you go, and thank you, everybody, also in the chat for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the Macra Terror watch along. We will be doing, as I said, at some stage, the 10th planet, so look out for that. We will let you know. Again, remember, guys, I will be back on the main channel soon. The ban ends this weekend, so I should be back on Sunday night. If not, it'll be definitely Monday. But don't forget to stay subscribed to the Tartar Zone, because I have noticed a few people have dropped off. Maybe they thought the channel is not active. It is still active. I'm just not allowed to post on it right now. And for the time being, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. We will be doing more streams on this channel anyway. So we're keeping this channel going even after the other channel, because we'll do the movie reviews on this channel. And we'll get away with a lot more on this channel anyway. So, yeah. So don't forget to subscribe. And listen, guys, thanks again. Thanks, everybody in the chat. I leave you with this as usual. So good night. Wash your hands, keep your social distancing, and don't go out unless you have to. Remember that. You stay indoors, you save lives, basically. So everybody, we'll get through this. We will get through this. Just everybody stick to what they have to do, and we will get through this. If you don't, we're gonna be here for the long run. Listen, if people out there are worried about being stuck in the indoors, yeah, well, then stop being selfish if you're one of those people that's walking around without a mask or gloves on you and thinking that it's okay. Right? If you want this crisis to be over, to be able to do all the things that you're moaning and bitching about that you can't do, well, then stay indoors for as long as you're told to stay indoors, and this crisis will be over sooner. It'll be over sooner than you think. All right? Look at the way they've done it in bleeding Norway, right? In Norway, they closed the schools down straight away. They did everything straight away. And now that country, along with a couple of other countries over there, have got their act together, and they will be getting back to normal far a lot quicker than we will. Right. So just stay indoors. Seeing it in town today. Right. Went in to collect me money. There's still people walking around as if there's nothing going on, even though all the shops are closed around the
Idiots.
center. People are still walking around as if everything is all right. People coughing and sneezing. Like, come on, stay indoors, you
Idiots.
idiots. Right? You want this to be over? You know what to do. The rest of us are doing it. So stop being selfish. That's what I say. And you guys got to add to that before we leave, and
I couldn't agree more. And I mean, I've put my channel in the chat. Yeah, but yes, stop being selfish. Stick to the rules and just don't spread any germs that you might have picked up. Just try and keep everybody as healthy as possible.
listen, we'll be in isolation for at least another. The UK government's going to announce it tomorrow anyway. They're going to be in isolation for another 2, 3, 4 weeks, maybe, right?
Yeah, I think
You
so.
stay indoors.
Probably.
This ends before we get to Christmas. People continue to do what they're doing. This crisis will not. There will be no Christmas. So if you all want you our Christmas, well then you want to stay indoors because you continue to do this. This crisis is going on. Seriously, there'll be no shops open for Christmas. We will not have.
Yeah, exactly.
They won't risk it because there'll be too many people about. It won't happen. So if you want you our Christmas and you want a bit of your summer, stop being those people out there. Stop being selfish. I can't believe there's still people out there saying, "Ah, it's all right. It's just like the flu." I mean, how many thousand people need to die for these idiots to actually get it? You know. So
Somebody close would probably wake them up.
The only, you know what? I always say it though, and it's sad to say this, but the only way these gobshites will get the message is when, unfortunately, it does then affect them. Then they come out then and say, "Oh, well, we were wrong." Well, don't be that person. You know, why take the risk? Listen, I could be overreacting, and people slag me off and say, "Oh, you idiot, you overreacted." But I'd rather be an idiot for overreacting than rather be a fool and take a risk and put people's lives at risk. And I think that's the bottom line.
There's other people to think about. Yeah.
That's it. Just think about everybody else. So well and good the people that have underlying medical conditions staying at home, but there's still people out there walking around in the streets that could have it that are spreading it. And that's not how you contain a virus, right? I've never heard of it. I don't know. Some countries were on it like that. Other countries weren't. And you can see the countries that were on top of it and countries that weren't. And
I think of the hospital workers.
Yeah, and none of these people in reality should have died. In fairness, none of this should have happened if a certain country out there had a warner from the beginning, right? So, look, everybody has made mistakes. Even the Irish government has, British government has, the US government has. There's countries out there that have made mistakes. I hope they've learned because a lot of people are going to die and it's not nice. And I don't want to be one of those. So stop being a selfish asshole, right? Because I want to live.
Yeah, exactly.
Even when I video with Cheryl, those people walking towards us, right? I kept zigzagging across the road because these people just wouldn't fucking social distance either. Like you were walking, some woman actually waved me off. I was standing at the bus stop actually going into town today, and she's coming down with no mask on, and here she is waving her arms, move out my way. And I was like, well, you don't have a mask on, so what are you even doing now anyway? You're defeating the purpose. And I said, don't talk to me with your mouth open. They don't get it. And by the way, if you take your mask down after wearing it, you're defeating the purpose. The mask always has to stay up. So as soon as you take the mask down once, you might as well take the mask off and chuck it in the bin. Right, I'm going to leave it at that because Cheryl wants to go to bed, and obviously I'm too loud and she doesn't want to stay up all night. So I'm going to have to say good night. So I'll leave you with this trailer. Good night, everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining me for the Macra Terror Watch Along. Thank you to my guest. Daniel has left his channel in the link, the live chat there. Good night. God bless. Talk to you all soon.
Good night.
Bye.